What's funny is like I'm saying this right now, but you guys haven't even seen this yet because it's like showing a completely different part of me starting the video. So like for the first, I don't know, 20, 30 seconds, you're just sitting there watching me watch a screen, just kind of quietly waiting. Oh gosh. One time I hopped on and I was like sitting here just like hacking up shit because I get congested from like pollen season and stuff like that. Oh, it was bad. But what's going on, everybody? We're going to get started here in just a second. If you know me, you know I like to take a second to say hello to everybody who's here and just give a minute for the algorithm to kick the video out to everybody and the notifications out. So just do me a favor, guys, as you hop in, hit that thumbs up button right below the video. If you think you can't, you actually can. You're probably just on your mobile phone. All you need to do is close out the quick chat really quickly, and then you can hit the thumbs up button and then just pop the chat back open really quick and come back to me. But that's going to help other people just like you get the help that they need to start their agency. Also, if you guys want to hop on the live Zoom call, all you have to do is click the link. It's in the description. Again, you can close down that window, go to the description, find it there. It's also in the private chat, or the quick chat, the chat feed thing, that part. So if you want to join, just feel free to click over there. How's everybody's week going so far? Everybody having a good week? Or are we all kind of moving slow still? It's starting to pick back up a little bit, or at least it is here in Georgia. They opened up restaurants, some doctor's offices, nail salons, movie theaters, barbershops. You can see I got my hair cut finally, which it needed to happen. What else? And they opened up... What was the other? Oh, tattoo parlors. There's so many weird like industries that they open back up in Georgia. And it's actually funny. So I was reading a story the other day and it was talking about South Dakota. Now, granted, before I get into this, guys, it's South Dakota. All right, so let's just preface with that and make sure we're realistic about it. But in South Dakota, they actually had a major decrease in the amount of corona cases. And they did not administer a shelter in place for people, which is interesting. But also, again, at the same time, it's South Dakota. Like, your neighbor is probably at, like, the very closest, like, I don't know, 3 miles away from you. Like, you don't see anybody, so yeah, no one's going to get corona. But either way, even in the cities, though, she was saying, which, you know, to prove her point or to kind of reinforce her point, in the major cities, they still saw a decrease as well. And it just came down to the fact, like, think of it like this, guys. This is kind of how I kind of work through it. Remember when you were a kid and your parents told you don't do something and you were just like, damn it, I'm going to do it now. Like, I got to do it now, right? We all had that kind of feeling, right? That's what I kind of feel like it is. If you take a civilization or you know, a community and tell them, hey, you can't do this. You got to stay inside. You can't go see your friends. You're tempting people to like, yo, you're going to tell me I can't do something and it's legal? Like, that's what people hate. Like, the government's coming in and saying, you can't do this. Yo, but wait, it ain't illegal for me to do it? There were literally sheriffs out there saying, yeah, we're not really going to arrest you guys because it's kind of illegal for us to arrest you for going somewhere. It's kind of like a facade. Been missing live calls. I've been catching up on my DMS 2.0 content. Justin, that's okay, man. That's what you got to do, man. You only have so much time in the day, right? You got to prioritize it properly, and not all the time do you need to be on a live mentorship training. Like, yeah, you'll learn a lot, but my opinion about these types of calls is they work better when you have some sort of background already, because you'll understand most of the things that I'm already talking about. Like, it gets you past the base level questions. Which, if you guys haven't noticed, if you've been on these calls, sometimes we get a lot of the same repeat questions, and it's because of the fact that people probably haven't had that baseline training to get them past those base questions. Because I can even see, ever since we've started doing some of these calls, I can see when I'll read out a question and some of the guys on the call are like, what? Like, why do we need to go over this? Like, you know, but it's because they've been doing it. But that's the benefit, guys, of a program. Pixel Pleaser just got 2.0. What are your thoughts on the program? And just so you know, guys, the only reason I ask is not to brag. I want you guys to see what other people are saying, because these are live calls. Like, they could jump on here and be like, yo, your program's shit. I have no clue what these people are going to say. So, you know, it's unfiltered reviews. That's why I kind of like doing it like that. All right, what's up? Eric Kashif Humberto. I like that name. Vaughn, Nate, I think that's who Ultra Shotgun is, if I got it right. I'm pretty sure that's Nate. All right, guys, so we can go ahead and start off with some questions. By the way, if you missed it, this Tuesday we did another live video like we're doing right now. I told you guys I was going to do it on Tuesday. It was actually a really great video, too. We had a ton of people on. It was like Tuesday at 5 o'clock or 5:30. But it was on operational workflows. And we went through a training on operational workflows, building out processes for building like websites. So if you're interested in seeing how to build a website and the process that we use or some of the walkthrough, it wasn't a full-on, like there's not enough time in a quick live video to do an entire process walkthrough. That takes several hours, but there's a lot of good information on there for you guys to kind of start crafting your own processes. So I would definitely say check that out. Damn it, I always forget who Shotgun is, but I know who it is. Anyways, all right, guys. If you guys have questions, if you're on the live call right now, all you have to do is, you know, put in a little ping in the chat box saying you have a question, and I'll call you out so that way you can just ask it on your mic. Makes it a lot easier and faster. So if you have a question, go ahead and put it in there. If you have a question and you're just on the YouTube live call, then you can actually just put it in the chat and we'll get to you. But just so you guys are aware, I kind of prioritize questions by the guys who are on the live call. So if you really want to get a question answered, the live call might be your best bet. Hashtag gingerbread man. Thank you, James. I appreciate it. My barber does a good job, dude. He's this old dude from like I don't remember where he's from. He's got this super like Eastern European sounding accent, but I can't remember. I think it's like not Ukraine. I can't remember where he's from, but dude, this guy has been cutting hair for like 50 years. Dude is like on point. He puts like the hard line cut in it too. You can see too where the hair starts growing back a little bit. Like, dude, but that hard line cut, boy, looks good. I'm telling you, you can't get any cleaner than that, dude. All right, so do we have a question? Solid, but what Gilbert said about scrolling is true. LOL, just on the swept section. Yep, I totally got you, and that's something I've actually talked with my team about. We're gonna talk about finding a way. The only issue is like we can only do so much coding with Kajabi. Like Kajabi is the platform we host our program on, and once you get it on there, it's pretty much just post a video, post any documentation or websites you want to go along with it. Then you have a comment section and you can do quizzes. But as far as like customization and design, that's something they don't give you as much control over. So it's a little bit more difficult to do. But we're looking into some sort of options. Kashif, did you have a question? I kept seeing you pop your finger up. And just so you know, if you do have a question, guys, just do me a favor, put it in the chat that you want to ask something, just so I know, because that's the only, it'll leave me like a little notification real quick. What's up, bub?
I was wondering if there's another way to come up with like a theme for your campaign. Like I think I thought I was going through that in module 2. I think it was module 2, and you pointed out what's that company's name? Tide.
Oh, Tide, like the laundry detergent?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the Super Bowl 2017. Yep.
Yeah, how they basically like stole everybody's ads. or
Yeah,
they made it look like they were their ads, but it was actually a Tide ad, and you're like, it's a Tide ad. Dude, that shit, they killed it. That was one of the most genius things I've ever seen. Anyways.
I never seen it before, so I actually went to watch it. I was like, yeah, dang.
It's genius, dude.
Um,
Especially if you saw it during the Super Bowl.
You mentioned Forbes in there. Like, do I just go on there and type in good themes for marketing, or
when you say themes for marketing, what do you mean? Do you have like a specific business that you're trying to
like
for barbers?
As you know, but I have two niches in mind: the barbers and vegan.
Right.
I'm vegan now. I'm gonna go off to plant-based businesses too. So like a theme for my agency to like advertise to get.
Okay, so you're talking about okay, so I just want to make sure I'm clear. A theme for an ad campaign or a theme?
Yeah.
Okay, a theme for an ad campaign. So like, here's the real thing: is your themes work really well, and not to say that you can't. It's just those require a couple of things. Usually, when it comes to something like that, it requires a team, right? Because creativity, it's if you're not all, and not to say you aren't, but unless you're like fucking Vincent Van Gogh of creativity, it's hard to come up with those unique ideas that are just going to catch people, right? Like, Billie Jean is one of the greatest people I've seen at coming up with just unique ideas all the time that are catchy. But that's because he has the means to create an entertainment experience, right? So, and for you just starting out, that's a lot harder to fulfill unless you have a lot of money or you have all the equipment and people to do it, right? So I would say don't worry as much about the theme. Focus more on true value, right? So build, like, for example, one of the best examples, and I'm not saying to use this exactly, but one of the best things you can do for a business is build a campaign and show, like, create a webinar around a campaign that they can take and pretty much implement themselves. I had this exact conversation earlier in my mentorship group. The biggest issue is people are like, well, if I give them the exact campaign and they're able to implement it themselves, they're not going to hire me. And it's not true. Because we all know how difficult it is, especially when you're learning, just for you guys to be able to create a campaign when you're brand new to it, right? So imagine a business owner who's never stepped foot inside a business manager before and they're trying to set up a campaign. They probably won't run any remarketing. They don't know how to create audiences like we do. So that's the thing. You want it to seem and appear, and it actually is as good as it is. And then you give it to them once they realize, shit, this is a lot harder. Or even just the people who say, I don't want to spend my time doing that. I'm not a digital marketer. I'd rather pay this guy to do this for me. So if you notice, a lot of agencies, they focus their campaigns more in true value. Outside of that, it's just brand awareness. The big agencies that are doing it big on social, they're just constantly running ads to business owners. For sure, zero complaints. I just use the course as my Google for marketing while I finish up my website and building out my processes in Asana from the small team I've got together. Well, at least you're taking my advice and following the steps that I put in place. You won't believe how many people will go through my program and then they'll do the opposite of what I say to do. I'm just like, dude, like, why did you even give me money? You shouldn't have even given me your money because you're not doing what I said anyways. But seriously, people will go through the program and they'll try to do it like this whole other way, like they're being innovative. And it's really just like, no, you're really wasting your time. But go ahead. I mean, those people who can, if you can make it, do it. More power to you, because I mean, that means you're probably going to overcome even harder challenges later. Hope you're well. Love the SOP video from Tuesday. Do you have any other SOP videos? If not, will you be making more? Jimmy, so I can say this. I guess I'll just be completely transparent with you guys. My best content like that, I save for paying students. So if I give you something like that, and this is what every good marketer does, but I mean, you guys are here for a reason. You obviously still see value in the videos, but to be completely transparent, we're probably never going to do a full-on walkthrough of my processes. Number one, it's because it's one of our biggest revenue generators, because people want to learn how to put those in place, and because they're so time expensive and just financially or fiscally expensive. People don't want to actually have to put in the time and effort it takes to build those. So we sell them a lot easier. And they're worth a lot of money to us because of how much money I've spent on developing them. But, every now and again we do put out little nuggets for you guys like we did on Tuesday, because we know you guys want to at least get an idea. And that's what that video was really more for. Because again, it would take me 2 to 3 hours to really go through every step of that process, explain every step of it, why we do it, when actually it'd probably take all day to explain that for website development. So that's the thing, it's really, really time expensive. I'm not trying to say time expensive. Intensive. Couldn't get it. Time intensive. So yeah, we probably won't do like a whole series on the operational processes, but I can't say we won't ever do an SOP related video again, because we probably will at some point. How's that messaging program going with Zach? Oh, Zach. His program is great, guys. I mean, as far as what he does, it does work. He doesn't do it for agency people, and I kind of misunderstood a little bit about his business as well in the beginning. So what we had to actually do was create a custom process for him to do it, and then Corona hit. So we haven't really been testing it out too much right now, because I'm not going to pay money for him to try and close leads when we have a downturn, when I can just try to close them, and it's probably cheaper for me to do it that way. So is it available in 2.0? So we go over how to build. So I teach you how to build SOPs in it, but it's not the exact maps of them, because there is no way for me to actually give you those SOPs, because they're built into Asana. The only way for me to really give them to people is to copy and paste them into your Asana. And then from there you can take, because it would literally be 10,000 pictures if I tried to picture that. You guys wouldn't even be able to follow it. Does that make sense? So they're not in 2.0, but we give you examples of our SOPs and teach you the step-by-step process to building them. So there is, yes, it's in there, but it's not in there. The only way you can really get our exact SOPs, like my exact copies of operational processes, is if you do our Done With You program, or if you just straight up ask to buy our processes. We can sell you the processes a la carte too. But they are expensive, I'm not going to lie to you guys. But again, the value you get and the money you save might be worth it. Any tips for starting a website business? Website businesses are great ways to get into the digital marketing agency space, by the way. I mean, most people don't see it as an agency type of business, but it kind of is. I mean, you guys play with agencies. So, biggest thing is, don't build websites on Wix or Squarespace or Weebly. If you're going to be a web developer, truly be a web developer, meaning you guys should know how to code. You should know best practices. Focus on performance, like speed and site performance. Focus on user UX and UI, so design and the user usability. Why can I not speak tonight? The usability of the site and the design of the site, super important. Where you place things. So the actual strategy of placement, sitemaps, actually knowing how to do sitemaps. And then outside of that, the last thing that you want to focus on as well is SEO, on-page SEO. If you can get really good at on-page SEO, you can actually upsell that as a service. And like say the client doesn't buy it, fine, you're going to have a harder time ranking on Google though, because each page, it takes time to research each keyword we should lead each page with, plus to build out all the SEO on the page. So we have to upcharge for it. It's a super easy upsell though. When you tell a business, yeah, if we can, do it without the SEO, but again, without it, you're probably, not probably, you are guaranteed to be a lot less likely to rank on Google search results without it. And as we all know, Google is where everybody goes to find business. So then they're like, oh, okay, I guess just throw on the SEO. It's like seriously, super easy upsell. But those are the two things those are the lists of things that I would say you guys focus on. The price on the Done With You agency program is $4,500. And, well, I guess I should say, it's $4,500, but for right now, while Corona's happening, it's only $3,500. So we've done a $1,000 discount on that program, and we literally help you build every aspect of your agency. We even pretty much build your website for you. We build your logo, do all your branding guide and all of your branding elements for you. We give you all of the SOPs. We give you pricing. We give you packages. We do pretty much everything for you, even though it's a Done With You program. there's a lot we actually do for you. So, but again, if you want to get your agency from like A to B in 4 months instead of a year or 2 years, that's the way to do it. What is the average turn rate for clients first year? I'm figuring 3 to 7 months in construction service industry. Christian, you're probably right. Honestly, it's probably like 3 to 5 months for first year people. And the only reason why that's the average is because a lot of people do it the wrong way. They go about starting their agency the wrong way, and they do everything that I say not to do, and it screws them over. They focus on getting clients, don't worry about SOPs, and then they figure out, oh shit, I don't know how to do all of this. And then they lose all their clients in 3 months to 4 months, because usually people are signing for like 3-month contracts, or it takes the business owner 3 months to realize, I just got fucked over. So that's the thing, like 3 to 5 months is probably a little more accurate. And again, it's only because people do it the wrong way. But if I told you people who like, and not even to brag, but if I looked at only the people who truly followed my system and really stuck to it, committed to it, did it the smart way, they do it a lot faster. It's not that, or they not do it a lot faster, sorry. They have a longer relationship with their clients. They're not turning over as often. But I do want you guys to be aware, because this is super important to understand about the marketing agency industry. Turnover is always high in the agency space. Like 5 to 10% of your customers that you have are going to be like your lifelong customers. That's just how it like literally every agency out there pretty much has this exact same type of scenario. You have about 10 to 15%, if you're good, of your clients, they're lifelong clients. You have, probably 30 to 40% who stay on for 3 to 5 years, and then they just want something new. They're like the people who mentally they are like, I just want something fresh. I want something different. Nothing wrong with you. I think we could do better, right? Or they're at a different stage and they need a bigger agency. Then you have the other percentage, the leftover percentage, and it's probably like 40, 50% of those people, whatever's left, those people are turning over. And the reason why is because either they're not doing their job on their end to close out the deals that you bring them. Sometimes campaigns just don't work. Like, you're not always going to have a successful campaign, guys. I've had campaigns that have failed. Everybody has campaigns that have failed. Like, everybody. Ty Lopez has campaigns that fail all the time. If you don't see it, just pay attention on Facebook. You'll see his ads that he keeps trying to run. They get no engagement, right? So that's the thing. Everybody has failed campaigns. It's just how the business is run. Smart entrepreneurs and smart marketers know to pick themselves up by their bootstraps and keep on going, because you're going to get another customer in another day, right? And the good thing about us is we know how to mitigate reviews and bad reviews online, or at least if you're a good marketer, you should know how to keep bad reviews exposure to a minimum. It's the great thing about it. Not to say that you can hide them, because please don't tell your customers that, because businesses, I hate that question. I've got a bad review on Google. Can you take it down? No, what the hell would be the point of reviews if you could just take down everybody's bad reviews? Like, there's no real point in a review system if I could just go to Google. Google, this customer is wrong. It's not a bad review. Or, we didn't do anything bad. Okay, well, the customer said you did. Even though sometimes, yeah, it can be invalid or untrue, but I hate that question so much. Can you take down reviews on Google for me? No, I can't. They're funny, man. I actually use WordPress because it's actually so powerful. My main focus is site speed, design, and security. Saeed, there's actually even some better web development style platforms that allow you, like, say you have an industry that you work in, say you just want to focus on doctors for a while. We use a platform where you'll create your first doctor website, and then we'll take like 5 or 6 spin-offs of it, and then we change up minor things in each one of the design to make them all look different. But now I have templates to literally copy, paste, duplicate, change out all the content. You can even target the same words if they're in different cities, right? If I have a doctor in Florida versus a doctor in Georgia, they're still targeting the same keywords because people are still using the same keywords generally to find places, right? So now I have a template where it's costing me nothing almost to build a new website after the first website. That's the beauty of doing website design too, is after the first one, if you stick in a niche and just kill that niche, like, you will make so much money doing it that way, because after the 5th site, you've worked out all the kinks. There are no kinks. Your process to development, it takes 3 days, and you have a brand new website built that somebody just paid $3 to $5 grand for. and they're paying you management per month. Ton of money in web development. Did I answer that question? Oh, that wasn't a question, it was a statement. I just gave you my advice. Okay, got it. Do you still use cold calling, or the best way is market, page, and website? So here's the thing. If you have the money, the best way to do it is to market your page and website. Drive traffic to your site, do some remarketing, set appointments. Stupid easy, right? Because it's automated at that point. If you don't have the budget, then you can't do that option, which the budget is you personally need to be able to manage about $1,000 per month on your business page. That's the minimum. So it is a lot of cold messaging that leads to a cold call. Not really a cold call. I guess it's more of a warm call, but I haven't actually talked to them on the phone yet. We use things like Facebook, LinkedIn, scraping leads from Google, from current advertisers, people who are currently advertising. It's easy to find money. Easier to find money than it is to make money, right? I can find people who are already spending on advertising, and they're a lot easier because I already know they're spending, right? Like I have 100% guarantee they're spending on advertising. Versus if I go out and try cold, I have no clue if this person's even heard of digital marketing before, which seriously, if they haven't, get out of your shelter. But so that's my thoughts. For someone just starting out, do we have any, oh, by the way, do we have any questions over here in the group or on the Zoom call? Guys, by the way, if you want to join the Zoom call, again, all you have to do is go to the description. These calls are completely free, by the way. Like to get on this Zoom call that we're on right now. They're completely free. So if you want to hop on, the link is in the description of this video, which all you have to do is close out the little chat if you're on your phone. And you can even hop on your phone, guys. That's the cool part about it. Zoom does have a an app. I saw something that I usually measure. Justin, I see you have a question. If you wanted to turn your mic on, you're more than welcome.
No, you answered it. It was just about your processes and whatnot, like when you were talking earlier. Thanks, man.
Gotcha. Kashif, did you put your hand up?
Yeah. So with Duda, I have a brother-in-law who, well, he's about to finish his training on like web design, and I was wondering if there's a program or something I could give him to take, because he's from the States, but he's living back home in the Caribbean right now, and he might move back. My plan is to build my team, or some of my team on the inside, like from my family members, because my girl has a degree in English and so forth, so I'm gonna give her training on copywriting. And I was wondering if you have any, like, if you know of any programs for Duda, or do I just go on YouTube and tell you YouTube stuff?
So I don't think anybody's put together a program for Duda because of the fact that Duda, number one, it's a newer web development platform.
Yeah.
So there's probably not going to be too much content out there. But here's the thing, though. You said he's finishing up a web design degree. Dude, Duda is just, it's like a Weebly or Wix, but more intuitive. And they host it via cloud servers, so the speed is a lot faster. There's a lot less baggage, like kind of slowing it down and holding it back. So if he knows, dude, just tell him to create a free account and go on and just start messing around with it. He'll have it, familiarized in like 3 hours. It should take him no effort whatsoever. Okay,
cool. Thanks.
Cool. What the hell is Doodly? Adrian. It sounds like a fun game. But I have no clue what that is. Digistamp, what's going on, man? For someone just starting out, can I use other people's case studies on my website? For example, as long as you don't make it appear as if it's your results, then yes. Like literally say, here are some, let me see a specific way I want to word this. I would say something along the lines of, here's the proof. And then I would put a tiny little blurb, this business, blah, blah, blah. And I wouldn't even say, just don't, like, you don't even have to say you didn't do it. Just don't say that you did it. Like, never take ownership for something that's yours, but you don't have to say it isn't yours. Does that make sense? Like, as long as you're not being shisty, which you're not, you're showing a case study that is actually proof of it working. So, like, a lot of people will try to take ownership, though. I'm trying to, be very serious about that. Do not take ownership. So with the whole coronavirus thing going, I don't know if I want to start up my marketing agency. However, I know that as soon as things go to normal, marketing would be needed. I don't know when the best time to start would be. Dude, the best time to start would have been a month ago. Seriously. And I'm not trying to rag on you, but you should have started a month ago, 2 months ago almost, depending on how long you've been locked up in your house. Because this is the time where you could be learning, putting things in place. Like, that's the thing. People are like, oh, I don't want to start because, we don't know where the economy is right now, or we don't know where businesses are. Yeah, but just like you said, it's going to come back. They're going to need marketing again, and you got shit else to do. Might as well take this time. Because in my opinion, if you really want to do this the right way, you should spend the first 3 to 6 months minimum just learning and setting things up, depending on how much you work. And even if you're working your ass off every day, it's still probably going to take you 3 months to get everything really ready to truly launch the right way and be ready. Now, of course, you can always go the faster route and try it faster, and people are successful that way. Just know it's going to be a lot of stress, and it's going to be a lot more challenging to do it that way. But it is possible. But if you really want to be able to do it comfortably and confidently, the best way to do it is to take the first 3 to 6 months learning if you're brand new, and then putting things in place. And then once you're able to do that, you feel so much more comfortable too. Like, you won't believe how many times I've seen somebody try it one way, take some advice from me or from someone else, adjust the way they were doing it, do a little bit more planning and preparation, and see a completely different result and emotion coming from that person. They're not stressed and worried and freaking out. They're happy and relaxed, and they have a plan. They know where they're going. They have direction, right? It's just so many people, guys, they try to rush this stuff. And I promise you, if you take it slower, if you be patient on the money will come. But if you're impatient, I promise you it's not going to. Patience, the people who have, and I'm not saying, don't be a go-getter, because that's where people get it confused. They're like, oh, but I'm a go-getter. I got to get it. Okay, great, go get it. But also know, go-getters have patience. They know when to go get it. They don't just go get it all day. We're not out here getting it all day. We're patiently waiting for that opportunity to go get it, all right? Seriously, take that seriously. That was actually some genius shit right there. Go-getters are patient about it. That is so, I'm about to write that into a fucking book. That could be a book, dude. I'm gonna theme it like I'm Tupac, too. No, it was actually a follow-up to my question, so you did answer me good. Hey, Jordan, how to prospect it right, and also generate good pipeline of leads that are interested in your services. Woo! So I believe I actually put out a video on prospecting not too long ago. If not, then I need to... Did I? I would say go check my channel, because I'm pretty sure 3-4 weeks ago I put out a video literally on prospecting. If not, there is a video on selling that we just uploaded. It's a guide to selling that I know I go over prospecting in. So check out that video, just because that takes a lot of time to go into, and it's actually better in that video because I'll show you on-screen examples of how I do it. No, it's like a video creator. Oh no, I always used Filmora. That's the program I was using when I was doing the video editing, but I don't do it anymore because I suck at video editing. How to prospect... Oh, wait, I just read that one. Where can I find the listings for the meetings like this so I can set up a calendar reminder schedule? I guess I should probably start putting a calendar on my site or something of, all the live events we do. But I don't have a listing like that for live events, but I'll list them out here for you very quickly. On Tuesdays, what we're going to start doing is every other week, I'm doing a live training on Tuesdays. Then every other week outside of that, it's going to be just a regular YouTube video post. On Wednesdays, I do my live trainings for the MAP Mentorship program. That's at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then on Thursdays, we do this live Q&A that we're doing right now, every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. EST. Those are the only ones you really need to know about right now. But we do have some other stuff coming in the works a little bit later. Any tips for actually finding clients for web development? The whole local business connection thing is out because in my country, a lot of them feel they don't need any website. So then, Saeed, I'm guessing that's how you say your name. I'm pretty sure that's how you say your name. But the best option you're going to have is getting on a freelancer website and getting on really all of them, as many of them as you can for web design. There's website design, freelance specific sites. There is Upwork, there's Fiverr, there's freelancer.com, there's freeup.com. Like, there are probably 100 different freelancer websites out there you can join. And that's what I would use to generate leads if I were you, outside of the country. Should I send a Loom video through Facebook Messenger, email, etc., or just stick to just one and wait? What? Vaughn, I don't quite understand your question, man. Should I send a Loom video through Facebook Messenger, email, etc., or just... Oh, you're saying or just stick to one platform and wait. You know, I would send them to both at the same time. It's never hurt me. And as long as the video is valuable and not a waste of time and not just you sitting there with your face on camera talking about how bad they need digital marketing or talking about why digital marketing is great because nobody cares about that stuff, then I don't see any problem with doing that. Trial by fire, I'm using it and Webflow for more custom stuff. Prospecting in 2.0's Module 6. How can I schedule posts for my clients? I'm currently doing 10 clients manually on 3 platforms. Jesus Christ. Dude, Sprout Social or Hootsuite. Like, and hire a VA. Those are, that's it. Is drop servicing a good beginning before getting into SMMA at 18 years old? By the way, just pronounce it Humbert. Got you. You're talking about drop shipping, not drop servicing, I'm going to guess. I don't know what drop servicing is, but I'm going to guess that means drop shipping. And here's the thing, man. If you know how to run campaigns, then yeah. And if you have a good product, then yeah. But the issue about drop shipping is if you don't have a good product, it doesn't fucking matter how good you are at ad campaigns. Like, no one's going to buy from you. So, you know, it's a good start, but it also has some chance to it. Like, you really need to be good at product research. If you're good at product research and framing a product properly, dude, yeah, go for dropshipping because you can make some good money from doing dropshipping. For example, here's one of the best ways I can tell you to look at product research. And I don't even know a ton about dropshipping. I know some because I did it in the past. I wanted to experience it myself. But there was a lot more to it, and I don't like keeping up with product calendars and trying to completely just change up my store every freaking day. Like, that crap got annoying. Product sourcing is annoying if you're doing this model, but you go off trends, right? That's one of the easiest ways to sell anything. So, for example, when Fortnite first got popular, people were selling that shirt, I got 99 problems, but a pick ain't one. Dude, that guy was making probably 10 grand, 30 grand a day selling that damn t-shirt because people were buying it because it was trendy. So that's the thing. You can build trend-related dropshipping sites that always sell really well. The issue is you might run into some product infringement because you might be selling someone's product that you don't have the right to sell. But if you do it the right way, you can do it legally and sell trend-related products. How do clients usually measure a campaign's success? If the digital marketer did a good job. Love your content. Super easy. If they give you $2,500, they want at least $2,500 back. All right, at least. They want more than that, but they want at least $2,500 back. That's how they gauge it. That's really all they look at. You need to be able to prove that you brought in at least the same, but preferably more money than what they spent. That's what marketing is. That's really all you're looking at. That's what ROI is, return on investment. If I spend $2,500 and you bring me back $5 grand, what's my ROI? Basically 2 to 1. You brought me back 2, I spent 1, right? So that's really all you're doing there. Sorry, Arvin has a question. Hey, Jordan, any tips on how to effectively prospect so that you have a good pipeline of prospects that is interested in your services? Did the cold call and been rejected again and again? Is there something I miss? I need help, thanks. I don't care if it's hard, but what I need is something possible. So, Arvin, the biggest thing, man, is I have to know a little bit more about all of your sales to be able to even tell you that you did it the right way. Because you might have done the cold call, but you might not have done the cold call the right way. And I'm not trying to talk trash, because a lot of people get sensitive, not saying you are, but the issue is a lot of people don't really know how to sell. They're good with people, but there's a difference between being good with people and actually understanding how to sell something, right? Especially with what you guys are selling. We're selling a high ticket product. This is not a $5 pack of bubblegum. And actually that's an expensive ass pack of bubblegum. But listen, this is a high ticket product. You're selling something that's $2,500, $5,000, $10,000 a month, $50,000 a month in some cases, even more than that in some cases. So you really have to know what you're doing in a sales world. And again, you could have had sales jobs before, but selling digital marketing is a little bit different. Why? Because this is a high ticket product that's a professional service, but is seen as an investment from business owners. It's not seen as a necessity. An accountant doing my taxes is seen as a necessity for a business owner because I am legally obligated to. Whereas marketing, I just have to do it and hope that it brings me a return. That's at least the mentality that a business owner has about it. So it's a lot harder of a sell than going into a business and saying, hey, we see that you don't have any, hardware in place to protect your local network that you have with your 100 employees. So we're just going to come in, we're going to install all this hardware, and you won't have to worry about people stealing your shit, right? So it's not that type of service, though. It's not like a direct result. They're expecting a return on their investment. That's why we look at it literally as return on investment in marketing, right? So that's the thing, guys. You have to understand it's a different sell. So Arvin, are you in my mentorship group? Because if so, I think that would be a more appropriate place to have a longer conversation on that. Just because it is a long conversation and we're probably almost out of time. Yeah, we only got about 18 minutes left, and that would probably take at least 15 to explain, maybe 20. So I just want to make sure I can cover that. But if not, I would say, man, you need to get in my mentorship program. That's going to be the best way. But the biggest thing is it could come down to a lack of understanding the best processes to implement. Also, it could just be a pure numbers game. You could be where it's just you're not hitting the right amount of numbers to get the expected result that you're wanting. By the way, guys, if you have been sitting on this call with me the whole time, you guys know what I'm about to ask. I really appreciate it when you leave those thumbs ups because it helps the performance of the video and helps all of the other marketers out there just like you guys get access to my channel. So please, if you don't mind or if I've ever helped you at all whatsoever, just hit that thumbs up button right below the video. If you're on mobile, all you have to do is close down your little chat really quick, hit the thumbs up, then you can bring the chat back up. But that's all you got to do. Thanks. All right, back to the questions. I always see people laugh because I get it. Y'all don't want to see advertisement. You're here to learn. You're here to get the free training. I understand. But I got to put it out there. How else are you guys going to know what else I'm selling? That's the funny part is people try to rag on me so hard for that sometimes. We'll get comments on YouTube oh, here comes the pitch again. I'm like, no shit. Do you think, I'm sitting here you want to be a marketer and you're telling me to not pitch my services? Do you understand what fucking marketing is? These people drive me nuts with some of the backwards mentalities they have about how I'm supposed to run my business. Or they want to tell me what I'm doing is wrong. I literally had a dude who commented on my Facebook post the other day that said, you're trying to tell us how to set up a Facebook page, but you don't have your own badge. I'm like, yeah, bro, because let's see, the gray badge is no longer a thing. So, and not to mention the blue badge is only for big time pages on Facebook now. So that way nobody can mimic. That's literally the only reason for the blue badge is so you know the actual real page. Because when you look at Brad Pitt, for example, probably has 1,000 pages that are called Brad Pitt and only one of them's Brad Pitt's page. So that's why they put the blue check mark in so you're able to quickly recognize the real page, the official page. And this dude was like, you're obviously not credible anymore. I was like, you know what, dude? you're worried about a fucking check mark, then go ahead. I don't even want to teach you. I hope you fail, honestly. Like, I want you to fail now. Like, so bad. Like, it's those kind of people where like the bad comes out of me and I'm just like, dude, you're such a dick. I want you to fail. I hope that you don't make it. And I know that sounds bad. I'm not supposed to say that as like a teacher and a mentor, but like people like that who are just so close-minded and negative, and I don't like pessimistic people. I always, like, if I'm around a pessimistic person, I will fucking straight up walk away. And just like, I'm not friends with pessimistic people because I can't be around that attitude. Like, it's so fucking negative. It does nothing for your betterment. It does nothing for your life or your growth as a human being. And all it does is make you start to hate your own life. You're like, yo, I came in here happy as shit. And now since I've listened to you for 5 minutes, I'm angry and I hate people. Like, how did you make me hate people when I loved people? Like, seriously, dude. There's so many people out there like that. It's just, it's insane. And I get it, dude. We're all having a hard time right now because of Corona and it sucks. But, like, I didn't fucking do it to you. I didn't start Corona. Why are you mad at me, bro? Yeah, exactly. Who said that? Was that Cat Williams? If you don't have haters, you're not fucking doing it right. So feel free to hate on me. Dude, that shit was so real though. It is. Like, if you're doing something successful or if you're doing something great, you have haters because you always have those jealous people or people who didn't get their way or they didn't make it, and it's just like, you're the reason I didn't make it. I'm like, dude, really? Of all the people, you're gonna blame me? I'm putting out all this free shit so you can make it. You're gonna blame me? Those are the people who get me, dude. I'm just, whew. Anyways. All right, we got about 15 minutes left, so let me see here. I know we got time for questions. Kashif, somebody's laughing at your reaction in the back. Like, all right, so my PPC, I think I skipped a couple. I'll come back up in a second. I just grabbed this one for some reason. It stuck out to me. So my PPC, I'm at $250 retainer plus 10% a month. What? Hold on. So you're running a $250. Oh, your retainer is $250 plus 10% of any sales. Okay, so that's not terrible if you're making some sales for them. And it's a high ticket product. Like, if you're selling pizzas and you're getting 10%, good luck. But I mean, okay, I just want to make sure that pricing was all right. Getting better, where should I be after I've proven some analytics? What? Where should I be at after I've proven some analytics? Okay, so are you talking about the ads that you're running to, like, you're going to have to tell me a lot more. Sorry. I'm just like, I need so much more information. Like, what are you selling? What's their average sale? What's the return that they have? Are you running lead gen ads? Or are you running actual conversion ads to a website? Or are you trying to drive traffic to a store and increase foot traffic? I need to know a lot more about the campaign to tell you what you need to look at. I got a LLC, but I don't want to use the name on my website. Can I pick a brand name, but does it include legal stuff to do? Okay, so Jason, super easy. It's called a DBA. What that stands for is doing business as, all right? So you have your business name, which let's just say it's Jason Marketing, all right? If that's your business name, that's fine. That's just legally how the government and the IRS sees you. All you have to do is, with the I believe it's the federal department, you have to file your DBA name. It's just a document, I believe, that you file. You say, here's my legal name, here's my business number, and here's what I want my DBA to be. That's all you're doing. You're filing it with the Fed and with the state. So no, that's really all you have to do. You shouldn't have to get an attorney. Like, I'm pretty sure you could go online and look up how to get a DBA in whatever state or country you live in, because that's all you're doing. How to make proposition for client that sounds not like generic one by zillions of other agents. I love how people ask questions sometimes. I get that it's chat, so you're like just trying to be quick and get the question in there. It's just funny. All right, so how to create an ROI-based and data-driven proposal. So what you need to focus on is when you're creating a proposal, you don't have exact numbers all the time. Sometimes you do, but most times you don't have the exact numbers. Like you don't know, you don't always know, but you really should. I really hope you guys are getting this, question answered. But sometimes business owners don't know, and it really perplexes me how they don't know this fucking number. But you want to know what your average sale is, right? I'm serious, dude. I've talked to business owners. Do you know what your average sale or what your average customer value is? Oh, man. I have no clue. What the fuck how do you not know this? You have been in business for 5 years. Like, seriously, it drives me insane. I don't know how you've been in business for 5 years and you don't even know what your average customer is. Anyways, but you're asking questions like that so that way you can determine, okay, well, with a $1,500 budget, we can generate so many leads, which will lead to so many sales, which the value of the sales you told us was $100 a customer. We got you 10 customers, so we got you $1,000 in sales off of your ad spend of $500, right? Those are just numbers. They're not real budget numbers or ad spend numbers, just so you guys know. All right, but we got him a 2-to-1 return on his ad campaign. That's still really not even that great of an ad return, but let's just say that's the first month. Pretty good job. All right, so that's what you're looking for, though. You have to know the numbers behind their business to give them a ROI-based proposal, right? An action-based or ROI-based proposal or data-driven proposal, as you put it. And that's actually super important to do, guys. Like when you're building out a proposal, a business owner doesn't just want to see like the services you're offering, and they don't want to see who your fucking team is. They don't care about your team unless you have like Shaq on your team doing voiceovers for people. That might be something. But other than that, they don't care, right? So all you really need to focus on is what you're going to do, very, very briefly how you're going to do it, right? Don't go into the weeds with it. Just they want to know how you're going to do it. You can't just say, hey, we got social media marketing. Let's get you signed up, buddy. Like, that's not how they're like, all right, social media marketing, we're going to run some ad campaigns on Facebook. We're going to retarget the people who visit your website because they're more likely to buy. That's what I mean, right? Then, how many people from there did we get to go to be a customer? Damn it, I just lost my train of thought. Oh, geez. I had it all up. I think that's where I was going with it. But from there, for people to... Oh, you're explaining how you're going to do it. And then you want to show them the conversion. So the numbers behind it, right? So if you start off driving traffic from Facebook, we start remarketing, we should expect this type of return. And here's the thing, guys. If you've never done it before, then it's projections. You can't just make up numbers. Well, I mean, actually, that's exactly what you're doing is you're making up numbers. But you have to try to rationally build out a model that you think you can accomplish. So one way to do that, by the way, this is one of the best ways to start doing it. You need to go on Facebook and get an idea of your audience sizes in the market that you're going to be advertising for. So say you have a client like me in Atlanta, right? But I've never worked with a barber before. Let's just say that, right? I've never worked with a barber before, but they're in Atlanta. I can go in Atlanta and I know that a barber, people probably aren't going to drive more than 5-10 miles to visit a barbershop, right? All right, cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on Facebook. I'm going to find males from the age of, let's say my target demographic is 25 to 50. All right, I'm going to find males 25 to 50 in a 10-mile radius of the business. And then I'm going to get a guesstimate of what that population is on Facebook. So then I'm going to say, okay, let's see what it would look like to try and target those people in a Facebook ad campaign. How much money would I have to spend, or what would my average or projected reach be per day or per month to that audience if I spent $100 a day, $20 a day, right? So you can get some different ideas in your head about what your top of funnel traffic should look like. Then from there, how many people do we think we can get to convert to a appointment, right? To set that appointment. And again, let's just use percentages. We'll look at, all right, let's say 5 to 10% will convert. This is a higher ticket product. It's not a super sought after product, but there's definitely a market there that wants it. So we'll say 5 to 10% will convert to an appointment. All right. So if we have 100, 10% convert, that means we set 10 appointments, right? All right. So in 10 appointments, we close, let's just say we have a close rate of 30%, which is pretty good, right? All right, so we closed 3 deals. Let's say those 3 deals are worth $1,000 a piece. What did we make back? $3,000. What did they spend? Let's just say they spent in that month $2,000. Cool. We made them a profit in the first month. And again, this is all hypothetical, but that's really what you're looking to do in a data-driven proposal. And that's how I even would go about finding out some of the numbers behind it, right? You have to use your resources at hand to do this stuff when you're making projections. Don't just throw fucking numbers out there, because this is what people do, guys. They will just be like, oh, we'll target 1 million people, and we'll sell 1 million people, fucking, I don't know, like scrub brushes. What? Dude, do you know what you're talking about? Like, those people drive me nuts because they just spew shit from their mouth. Like, do your research and try to use the tools you have at hand to get the job done. Don't just make shit up, because that's what makes you look like an asshole when you get it completely wrong. Okay. Tommy says, you say in your videos to make sure we are proficient in SWEPs, all aspects of it. What are some resources we can use to learn these things more in depth besides Google and YouTube? My courses. Seriously, we have a $7 program you should start with if you're a brand new beginner. Perfect for you. If you're past the beginner stage and you're like, I really actually want to learn some shit that's going to teach me how to run my agency, DMS 2.0, that's $549. But guys, seriously, there are testimonies out the ass that will tell you guys it's worth the dollars. Plus, it's like one of the cheaper ones out there. And then if you really, 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 really want it done the right way, and I mean really, 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 the Done With You agency program is where you want to go, because that's where we work with you to build it with you. You still get access to DMS 2.0 as well, so you get the online training, plus you get access to me and my team. You get over 4 hours of live training with us one-on-one, so with me and operations manager on my team. So definitely one of those programs will have what you need, I guarantee you. Also, since I said I'm 15 and I live in Atlanta and I really want to start a social media marketing next year, but will it be a good business model use at such a young age, and what should I start out charging? Hunter, the biggest thing, like seriously, I have seen, and this question is a valid question. It gets asked a lot though, but it is a valid question. Basically saying, am I too young to do this? If I'm not the age of 18 or older, am I too young to get into this business? I've seen 14-year-olds doing this. And doing it well, making more money than a lot of people that I know who are adults. Most people that I know that are adults, they're making more money than them. All right? It comes down to confidence. When you're that age, that is literally the only thing that they care about. If you walk into a business as a 15-year-old and you show a digital marketing proposal that just knocks the CEOs out of their socks, why would they tell you no? You just came in as a 15-year-old and look like you were 35 and more mature than most of the adults probably in their office. Trust me, like, it's about the confidence you come in with. If you come in knowing you're a bad mofo and you sell, they're going to give it to you. And if you can then follow up and execute, they're definitely going to be happy with you. And if they are happy, seriously, you 15-year-olds have more of a benefit. You want to know why? Because if a 15-year-old comes into a dentist office and knocks it out of the park and generates shit tons of money for them, you want to know what they're going to do? Yo, I got this fucking 15-year-old kid who's making me bank. I can hook you up with him. They'll tell everybody. You want to know why? Because you're 15. Like, that is impressive as hell if you're 15 years old and doing that for other businesses. That's like that viral theme story. You're like locally referral viral. That's what that would do for you. So all you have to do is build the confidence, though, to get to that point. It is, and to get confidence, you have to know the shit. Like, you have to really know it better than me. Like, if you're 15, you have to know it better than I do, because you have more scrutiny coming your way because of your age. So, and not to say you'll ever know it more. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But you guys can get to the point that I'm talking about, where you'll feel comfortable and you'll actually know what you're talking about and be able to present that to a business owner. All right, boys and girls, ladies and gents, that is it for tonight. Ooh. So, before you guys get out of here, let me give you some last-minute announcements really quick. Number 1, give me a thumbs up. Just freaking do it. I know you guys love this shit that I do, and it takes an hour out of my night. I'm just kidding. I actually love doing these things. So just do me a favor though. Hit the thumbs up button if you haven't already. Number 2, and probably the last thing, make sure to check out all the resources right below. If you want more help, we have a mentorship program down there. $10 a month, 30-minute meetings every single Wednesday. Just like this, but a smaller group setting. So you get more of your questions answered. All right? Second thing, beginner level course, $7. If you haven't bought that and you're thinking about doing it, and you like that $7 course is better than Ty Lopez's $500 course. I guarantee, and it's only 14 videos. Like I promise you, it's better than his program. Outside of that, once you get to the point where you want to learn some more shit, DMS 2.0 is where it's at, unless you want someone to, really help you get this ball rolling a lot faster, because DMS 2.0 is going to take you some time still. But if you have the money, or if you're willing to do some type of loan or something like that, and you want to get your business started today, like a business loan, get your business started today, we can get you, not today, but like 2 months from now. But 2 months from now, we will have your agency going like butter, like just moving. All right, so that's it. But check out the description. I promise you there's some useful stuff down there that you probably didn't even know existed. But I'm going to get out of here for tonight, ladies and gents. You guys have a great rest of your week. Stay safe. Don't get corona. Unless it's the beer. This is alright. It's still not my favorite. I prefer Land Shark. But anyways, y'all have a great rest of your week. I will talk to y'all next Thursday. But until then, guys, Serial Entrepreneur out.